Welcome back, everybody, to Archbold Blue Streak Stadium, week number 1 of the high school football campaign. Bill Murphy, Chris Warner here with Hicksville Community Television. If you're just joining us, we're just getting ready to get the second half of action underway. Our halftime score, Aces leading the Archbold Blue Streaks 7-0, the halftime score. It was back and forth. Both teams wound up playing a lot of second and long, third and long, fourth and very long, a lot of punts. But finally, towards the end, the Aces managed to punch one into the end zone. Delagrange, it was Thiel with the catch and run for about 21 yards out to go into the end zone for the 6. Delagrange kicked the extra point to make it 7-0 with about a minute and a half left, and Streaks got the ball back, and they tried, but they came up short to end up with the Aces blocking a field goal to hold them scoreless from about a 32-yard attempt. And so the Aces went into the halftime locker room up 7-0. Getting ready to get things started now in the second half of play. The Aces will be kicking off to Archbold to get things started here in the second half. We're glad to have you with us. Again, a big thanks to Jim Schmidt Family of Automotive Dealerships and Community Memorial Hospital underwriting our Aces football coverage here on HIX-TV. Travian Tunis getting ready to put his foot to it. Low liner, it hops down, it's scooped up by the Streaks. That's Antonio Cruz. The nice run, and he returns out close to the 45-yard line. Cruz with a nice return, and he sets up the Blue Streaks nicely to get things started here in the second half of play. Hope you enjoyed the halftime entertainment from the Aces Pride and the Archbold Blue Streak marching bands. And the Aces will be on defense here to start off the third quarter. Brandon Taylor, the quarterback for the Blue Streaks. Taylor hands off to his utility man, Noah Gomez. Gomez spins out close to the 50-yard line, the halfway point of the field. Thiel stops him at the 49, a gain of about 5. So 2nd and 5 for Archbold. Taylor works out of the shotgun. Long count, takes the snap. He's going to hang on to it himself. Taylor is going to get close to, I think he broke it to the 45-yard line of the Aces. That should move the chains, and it does. First down for the Streaks as they get to the Aces side of the field. 1st and 10 from Hicksville's 45-yard line as we're a minute in to this third quarter. Archbold breaks huddle. Taylor takes the snap, hands it to Gomez. Gomez, little shake and bake move, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 40-yard line at about the 41-42. I think think they're going to give him the 41-yard line, pick up a 4, make it 2nd and 6. Taylor again, Gomez, the split back beside him. He's going to hang on to it himself again. Taylor is going to get to about the 40-yard line, maybe the 39, and he'll be swarmed under by the Aces. Give him a couple on the play, make it 3rd and 4. And Gomez, Noah Gomez, comes out gimping. He's hopping on one of his feet. Looks like he might have twisted his ankle or so forth. He's hopping around on the sideline. Elijah Zimmerman also coming out for the Blue Streaks. Taylor, hand off. And it was Zach Roca. And Roca is going to move the chains as he'll take it down to about the 35-yard line. So Archbold with another first down. Clock continues to run. Taylor brings in the play from the sideline. Hand off again to Roca. And a flag is thrown. He gets down to about the 30-yard line before they stop him. But a flag thrown from the backfield. And it's going to be a hold against the Blue Streak, so that'll back them up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And it looks like the foul occurring just about at the line of scrimmage, so that should make it 1st and 20 for Archbold to move him back to the 45-yard line. So the hold backs up Archbold, and they'll look down the throat of a 1st and 20 here. Taylor puts a man in motion, takes the snap, hands it off. And Roca with a great hole, and he gets back all the lost yardage and a few more. He'll take it down to about the 33-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and 7. So they'll put it closer to the 32. So again, Zach Roca with a great run to put the Streaks back in business. Again, a man in motion for Taylor, and again a handoff to Roca, and Roca this time, they're waiting for him. And it looks like they'll put the ball at the 32-yard line. So he might have got a yard, make it 3rd and 6. So tail of the football right on the 32-yard line. 3rd and 6 for the Streaks. Need to get to the 25 to move the chains. Taylor drops back. He's airing it out. He's got a man open. Touchdown, Archbold. So the Streaks even it up on the scoreboard at least a little bit. They hauled it in from long distance, 31-yard pass play. And now they'll bring out the field goal unit. And Whitty getting ready to attempt the extra point. They couldn't find the tee. There we go. So Whitty's going to run out. They burn some time on the play clock down to 10 seconds as it's under 10. It's down to 6, 5, 3, 2, And they have to call timeout. Again, bad time management that's the second time that the Streaks have been, actually it's the third time, twice in the first half, and once here so far they've had to burn a timeout because they were running out of time on the play clock. A couple of times it was because their quarterback took a little too long on the sideline talking with the coach before running in the play. One of them, they got dinged for 5 yards for delay of game because they didn't have a timeout left. They tried to call timeout before the play clock expired. And this time they can't find the kicker's tee on the sideline. And now they're throwing the tee back. So it's 7-6. And we'll see, they burn a timeout, and we'll see now if we can get the point after attempt. Snap, ball down, Whitty puts it up. And it's no good. So the Aces cling to their lead. It's cut to 1 point, but the Aces still on top of the scoreboard, 7-6, after the Streaks aren't able to convert the point after attempt. And also Hicksville got them to burn a timeout. So 7:14 left to go in the third quarter. And the Aces are going to get ready to go on offense for the first time tonight, or the first time in the second half tonight. They'll get ready to receive the kickoff from the Streaks. Archbold will break huddle. They'll get it teed up and ready to go, 40-yard line. So Whitty gets it teed up, puts his foot into it. It's a short kick. Grabbed by Thiel out to about the 39-yard line. So Parker Thiel brings it out close to the 40. I think they're going to mark him down at the 39-yard line, and that's where the Aces will set up shop, 1st and 10. 7:10 left to go in the third quarter. And the Aces with a 7-6 lead back on offense. Jake Miller. Hand off. And Brickle maybe gets a yard to the 40, and that's it. Nothing doing for Zach Brickle up through the center of the line there. Give him a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 40. And Miller's going to hang on to it himself. And he'll get about 8.5 of the 9 that he needs. Now they're going to say his knee touched at the 47-yard line, so that'll make it 3rd and 2 for the Aces. They need to get to the 49-yard line to move the chains. And we're going to have whistles blow. And the Aces are going to get hit with a procedure call. They switched things around. They brought in Parker Thiel to take the snap, as Thiel is, yes, I think it was Thiel. So they'll move them back, and it'll be 3rd and 7. Now they're going to switch things around, and here comes Jake Miller back behind center in the shotgun. And they're going to say, and that's going to be another 5 for the Aces, it looks like. Yep. So the Aces cost themselves 10 yards. Still 3rd down, but now it'll be 3rd and 12. Third and 12 on the 37-yard line. Miller drops back, scrambling, sets, throws, and he had the man open. Langham was there. Langham took his eyes off the football for just a second. It goes off his hands and incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and 12. And the punt team will come out as the Aces just shoot themselves in the foot a little bit on that offensive series. Long snap, ball's up. And he's hit as soon as he catches it. And that's going to be a 15-yard. Ball came down, caught by Cruz. Cruz got taken down immediately, and then a little extracurricular activity from the Aces. It's going to cost him 15 yards. And it's going to be a technical against the Aces. And yep. So yep, that'll be a big bad. So that moves the ball all the way out to the 37-yard line. So the Aces again their own worst enemy on that one is just there's just no excuse for it. Taylor puts a man in motion, and that's going to be offsides against the Aces. When the man went in motion, one of the Aces moved across into the neutral zone, and so that'll be 5 the easy way for the Streaks. The Aces becoming their own worst enemy here late in the 3rd quarter. Giving up 20 yards without the Streaks having to take a snap. Taylor again putting a man in motion, takes the snap, he holds on to it, and he'll get down to about the 45-yard line. They're going to give him the 46, they say. 2nd and 1. So 2nd and a long one for Archbold. 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Oh, I see what you're talking about, Chris. Yeah, for some reason they've got a score of 12-7 on the scoreboard, saying Archbold's leading 12-7, but as far as I know, they only scored 1 touchdown and they missed the extra point, so it should be 7-6. So that's what I'm going to go with. Noah Gomez with a nice carry, 1st down yardage and more as he gets out to the Aces 43-yard line. 1st down, Archbold. Gomez with the carry once again. And he bounces off a couple and he breaks free. Gomez carrying it down inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down shy of the goal line. But it's going to be first and goal Archbold as Noah Gomez bounces off a couple of Aces defenders and scurries down to about the 2 or 3 yard line. First and goal from the 3 for the Archbold Blue Streaks. Looking to take the lead here tonight. 3:38 to go in our third quarter. Brandon Taylor hangs on to it himself, and there's a flag thrown as Taylor gets brought down close to the line of scrimmage. And that's going to back up the Blue Streaks 5 yards. So procedure call against Archbold backs him up 5. That'll make it second and goal from about the 7 yard line.
Penalty moves the ball back to the Archbold, the Hicksville 7 yard line. We're going to be first and goal.
It's actually about the 7.5 yard line, but we'll just keep nice round numbers for you. Second and goal from the 7 for the Blue Streaks. 3:23 in the clock going in the third quarter. And he fumbles the snap, and it's still loose on the ground. I think the Aces might have got it. We'll see who they give the possession to. And they're going to say Archbold managed to grab that. They've been snapping it high to Taylor most of the evening, so he almost lost one in the first half. He loses this one. But the Archbold Blue Streaks are able to keep the football. They lose some more yards, and they'll be faced with a second and goal now from the 15 yard line. Taylor rolling back to throw. He's being pursued. Taylor's going to hang on to it himself. Taylor's going to be brought down at about the 11-12 yard line. So he'll pick up maybe 3 or 4. So it'll be third and goal from the 11. So Taylor, quarterback keeper, gets him 4 yards and brings up third and goal for the Streaks. We go under 2 minutes here in this third quarter. Brendan Taylor dropping back to throw again. Gets the ball away, and it's tipped in the end zone, incomplete. Nice play by Comiso. Gets his mid up there. Oh, I take that back. That wasn't Comiso. That was, I believe, Graber. Well, either way. So Zimmerman coming out. Kick is up, and it's good. Elijah Zimmerman splits the uprights and gives the Blue Streaks their first lead of the night. 9-7 over the Aces. Minute 30 left to go here in our third quarter. So with the score, the Streaks will get ready to kick it off, and the Aces look forward to getting the football back as they're now down by 2 here in quarter number 3. Close game, as I said when we were getting ready to start the broadcast. This is always kind of a dogfight, a close game between these two schools, as the Aces always play the Blue Streaks hard. Down by 2. Still a lot of football left to go the entirety of the fourth quarter. And still a minute and a half left here in quarter number 3. And Zimmerman going to kick off again here. And Zimmerman gets his foot into it. Comiso makes the grab back at about the 12-yard line. Comiso working his way through traffic. He's dragged down from behind at about the 32. And that's where the Aces will take over, 1st and 10. So the Aces will have their 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line, down by 2.
Ball spotted at the Hicksville 32-yard line, 1st and 10.
Miller, quick throw, caught by Comiso at the 30-yard line. Comiso tucks the ball in, stays on his feet, loses the football, and it's coughed up to the Blue Streaks. They take over at the 34-yard line. Oh, my. Comiso trying to get a couple extra yards, and the ball is stripped from him at the 34-yard line, and it goes back to the Blue Streaks. Ouch. First turnover of the night. The Aces lose the football to the Streaks. Back on defense. Minute 16 to go in the 3rd. And Archbold with the football. 1st down and 10 on the Aces 34-yard line. Great field position. High snap brought down. Kept by Taylor. Taylor high stepping his way towards the 30-yard line. And he's going to be brought down. They're going to give him forward progress, it looks, to about the 31. Pick up of a couple. So 2nd and 7 now for the Blue Streaks as they move the ball down to the Aces 31-yard line. Looking to make this turnover burn for the Aces. Taylor hands it off to Noah Gomez. Gomez, nice hole. Gomez still on his feet and gets taken down at the 15-yard line. 1st down, Archbold. So Gomez with another strong carry gets it down to the 15-yard line. So we go under 30 seconds left here in quarter number 3. Hard snap. Did he get him? Nope. False start. So the hard snap count fooled his own offensive line. Somebody shifted, and that'll cost him 5. Stop the clock with 18 seconds left in the quarter. It'll back him up 5 to the 20-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 15 for Archbold. And it looks like we're just going to let the clock run out. They blow the whistle, and that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. So we've played 3. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's the Blue Streaks on a touchdown and a field goal, now leading the Aces by a score of 9-7. Going to take a quick break and change our tape, and we'll be back with the 4th quarter right here on HIX-TV. All right, I'm going to take a quick time out here between quarters to say another big thank you to our high school football broadcast underwriters here on HIX-TV. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet and Jim Schmidt Ford, online at jimschmidtauto.com. If you're in the market for a vehicle, brand spanking new, or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, check out the great selection on the lots at Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford in Hicksville, or online at jimschmidtauto.com. Also, the Community Memorial Hospital of Hicksville, Ohio, celebrating 65 years of service to the Hicksville community. Quick handoff to Noah Gomez. Gomez powering it down a little closer to the 15-yard line. Community Memorial Hospital, proud to support the Hicksville community and the Hicksville Aces for this football season and all throughout the school year. All Aces sports broadcasts also brought to you by the Community Memorial Hospital. of Hicksville, Ohio. We want to thank both of those, all three, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and Community Memorial Hospital, our football broadcast underwriters for the 2018 season here on Hicksville Community Television. We're into the fourth quarter. It's a 2nd and 11. Taylor's to Noah Gomez. His pass is good. Gomez brought down at about the 15, 14-yard line. Pickup of a yard. So that's going to make it, I believe, 3rd and 10 now for the Blue Streaks. Minute into our fourth and final quarter here tonight, of regulation at least. 2-point lead for Archbold. They're looking to add to it on this drive. They've got a 3rd and 10 right now on the Aces' 15-yard line. Taylor takes the snap, drops back, rolls out, puts it up in the air. He's got a man open. Caught. Touchdown, Archbold. Looked like Caleb Hogreef, number 7, made the grab. Nope, I take it back. That was number 3, Antonio Cruz. Cruz makes the catch, and that puts the Aces up, or the Streaks up now over the Aces, 15-7. Extra point attempt pending. Zimmerman's going to try to kick the extra point. And the Aces are going to take a timeout. So that's their first timeout of the second half. Both teams will have 2 timeouts remaining. So we can catch our breath a little bit here. 10:33 to go in our fourth quarter. With the score, again, the Archbold's Blue Streaks go up now 15-7, looking to make it 16-7. 9-point lead. Which would make it a 2-possession game. If they miss the extra point attempt, it'll just be an 8-point lead, which means that the Aces could tie the game up with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So they want to get this extra point, again, to force the Aces to have to score a touchdown and get at least a field goal. And now it looks like they're going to go for 2 to really make it tough. Pitches out to Noah Gomez, and Gomez makes it across into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So that's going to make it a 10-point game as the Streaks are going to go up now 17-7 over the Aces. So the Aces are going to be staring at a 10-point deficit here with 10:33 left to go, 2 timeouts. So they'll get ready to receive the kickoff, get back on offense. They're going to need to score twice to pull this one out tonight. Archbold crowd is loving it. Their student section is having a good time here tonight. A little quiet over on the other side of the field on the Aces stands, but that's understandable. Comiso and Thiel back deep for the Aces. And Turnbull's back there too, number 7. Zimmerman puts his foot into it. He nailed that one. That was going to go out the back of the end zone. So Zimmerman, with a little help from the wind behind him, boots it out the end of the end zone. So that'll bring it out for the Aces. No return. So that puts it on the 20-yard line for the Aces. They'll have 80 yards to go to get the first of the 2 scores they need to be able to get back into this game. Miller tosses it out. And they'll get back to about the line of scrimmage. Not much more than that. Might have even lost half a yard. Lateral out to Comiso didn't accomplish too much, so no gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Aces from their own 20-yard line, 2nd down.
Man in motion.
Thiel
with the ball. Thiel gets across the 30-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down as he's brought down about the 32-yard line.
Also there for Archer was Carson Meyer. And that'll be another 1st and 10 for the Aces. 1st and 10, Hicksville from their own 32-yard line, 1st down.
So 1st and 10 Aces, 9:47, clock rolling. Jake Miller working out of the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, looking to throw. Miller puts it up in the air. He's got a man open. It's caught. Thiel makes the grab and goes out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. That'll be another first down for the Aces. Parker Thiel's catch takes it down to the 46-yard line of the Blue Streaks. And another first down for the Hicksville Aces. Miller. Another snap, quick handoff to Comiso, and he might get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Nope. Was it Brickle? Brickle with the carry, and Brickle gets no yards. That makes it 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Aces.
And Brickle's going to stay back in the backfield right next to another quarterback keeper. Miller doesn't hand it off. This time he keeps it, and he'll pick up maybe 3. 3rd and 7. Get down to the 43-yard line. So the quarterback keeper gains 3. And Jake Miller and company have got 7 yards to go to move the chains on a 3rd down play. Miller puts the ball in the air, and it's incomplete. Thiel couldn't hang on to it, and that'll bring up 4th down. 8:26 to go here in our 4th quarter. And we'll see what the Aces want to do with the ball at the 44-yard line, and they're going to go for it. 4-down territory for the Aces. They're down by 10 in the 4th quarter. Miller with a catch, and that'll be good for a first down. Langham makes the grab and gets down to the 35-yard line. Officially going to mark him at the 34. 1st and 10, Hicksville. So the Aces keep the drive going. Brickle goes in motion. Miller takes the snap, drops back, going to hang on to it himself. He dives forward and picks up about 4, maybe 3. We'll see where they put it, say his knee touchdown. Well, closer to 2. I thought he jumped a little farther than that. 2nd down for the Aces. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit here. 7:35 to go in the 4th quarter. And the Aces are going kind of into the wind here. Jake Miller. Pass is up in the air, and it's picked off. Intercepted, and he managed to stay on his feet. They're going to run it out as best they can. He gets back to about the 18-yard line. Fort Comiso finally gets him. So the Aces' 2nd turnover of the night ends a nice offensive drive they had going. The Streaks will get the ball back out to the 18-yard line, and that's where they'll take over 1st and 10 with 7:13 left to go in the ball game. Up by 10. Here come the Streaks. Quick handoff. Gomez. He powers forward at about the 21, 22-yard line. As imagine Archbold is probably going to pretty much keep it on the ground, keep that clock rolling at this point. Gomez picks up 4 and make it 2nd and 6. It gets out to the 22-yard line. Brandon Taylor. Gets everybody set. Taylor again hands it off to Gomez. Gomez finds another hole. And number 24 takes it out to about the 37-yard line to move the chains. Keeps the clock running and gets him an extra set of downs, so he's doing what he needs to do here. So every second that ticks by is 1 second less that the Aces can use to try to get back into this game. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Neither of them wanting to use them right now. Gomez with the carry once again. Oh, I take that back. That was 42. That was Israel Reyes. Reyes with the carry this time, and Reyes gets right to midfield. And they'll move the chains once again. Halfway through the fourth quarter, 6 minutes exactly left in the game. Clock is rolling as the Streaks are keeping it on the ground and in bounds. Try to work as much off that clock as they can with this offensive possession. Taylor takes the snap again. This time he's hanging on to it himself. Taylor with a nice hole. Gets across the 40-yard line in the Aces territory. They'll finally wrap him up and bring him down at about the 38-yard line, it looks like. And that's good for another first down for the Archbold Blue Streaks, and the Aces want to talk things over. Hicksville's going to take their second time out of this second half. 5 minutes and 33 seconds left on the clock. They've got to figure out some way to try to stop this offensive onslaught that's being brought on by the Blue Streaks here in this fourth quarter. Started with an intercepted pass right at about the goal line and a nice return out to the 18. Since then, Archbold's kept it on the ground. They've kept the clock rolling, and they've been eating up ground and moving the chains. So the Aces need to put a stop on them. Get the ball back with hopefully enough time to be able to punch it in, and then get the ball back and be able to punch it in a second time. It was mighty quiet over here on the Archbold side of the field for a while there with the Aces in the lead, but late in the game here, the crowd's pepped up considerably. Taylor in the shotgun as we come out of the timeout. Quick handoff. Noah Gomez dives down to the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 3. Make it 2nd and 7. And a flag on the play as they were shifting around. And it's going to be an illegal shift. Yep. So that's going to back up the Streaks 5. So that'll put him back outside the 40-yard line, out to about the 43. So it'll be a 1st and 15 now from the 43. That's a couple times that they've done that kind of weird shift where they have a guy take a couple of steps behind the line, and they've gotten flagged for it. Taylor hands off to Gomez. Gomez says, okay, give us a penalty, doesn't matter. And he sprints down to about the 28-yard line and gets him another first down. And again, they'll keep the clock rolling. They'll stop the clock for about a second, or they move the chains, but back in action. And now, like I said, Archbold, keep an eye on that time, on the time of the game, play clock, and milk that down and keep burning time off the clock, moving the football. Hand off to Reyes. Reyes saw some daylight and rumbled down to the 15-yard line. That'll be another first down. Keep the clock rolling. 4.5 minutes left in the game. 1st and 10, Archbold from the Aces 15-yard line. As the Aces' chances of starting the season 1-0 are starting to slip away here. Reyes gets carry once again. Reyes to the 15-yard line, dives forward maybe for a couple more. Pickup of maybe 2, make it 2nd and 8.
On the plane. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Blue Streaks. Ball is at the Aces 13-yard line, 2nd down.
So the ball at the 13-yard line, 2nd and 8 for the Blue Streaks. Snap, and they'll hand it off to Roca. Roca going to take the ball down inside the 5-yard line to about the 4. We'll have a 1st and goal. So Roca makes the carry down to the 4-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal Archbold with 3:20 left in the game. Taylor takes the snap, hands it off. Reyes powering forward. He's going to be brought up just short. Gets down to about the 2. As the Streaks are going to be content here just to do what they can to try to punch it in. If they make it into the end zone, great. Put another nail in the coffin for the Aces. If they don't, they're burning up lots of time and making it that much more difficult for Hicksville to try to turn this game around. Although it would take quite a stretch of incredible football at this point for the Aces to be able to pull this one out, but stranger things, as they have said, have happened before. And now Archbold is going to take a timeout. 2:37 to go here in the 4th quarter. The Streaks with a 2nd and goal on the Aces 2-yard line. They're up by 10. It's a 2-score game. If they punch it in, they'll go up by 16 or 17 or maybe even 18, depending on whether they go for 1 or 2 and whether they make it or not, which would really put the game out of reach for the Aces. Still, though, as is quite often the case, if you've watched over the years these Archbold and Hicksville games, again, it was a pretty tight contest for the first half and into about halfway through the 3rd quarters when things started slipping away from the Aces, and that's been the way of it usually. They play the Blue Streaks pretty tough, and said they've managed to pull out a win or 2 over the last couple years, but doesn't look like that's going to be what's happening here tonight. Taylor should come out of the timeout. Hand off to Reyes. Reyes powering forward. And we'll wait for the officials. The Blue Streaks are saying touchdown. The officials, though, are saying 3rd down from the half-yard line. Put the ball at the 1. 3rd and goal from the 1. So 3rd and goal from just inside the 1-yard line. It's just a little bit under a yard, actually. But as we close in on 2 minutes left in the contest. And once again, Reyes, and this time he strolls into the end zone. Touchdown. That makes it 23-7 with 1:57 to go in the contest. As the Streaks score one more time. And some of the Some of the Archbold faithful are starting to make their way towards the exits, figuring this game's over. Zimmerman comes in to attempt the extra point once again. Snap, down, kick up, and good. Zimmerman kicks it, and the point after is good. And that makes it 24-7. 17-point deficit for the Aces, and 1:57 left here in the contest. So the Aces will get ready to get the ball back on the kickoff. And they're going to need to score 3 times. So not looking good for Hicksville, but again, a good opportunity to work on the 2-minute drill. Maybe they can punch one more in before we call it a night. So the Blue Streaks lining up to kick it off. Aces will have 1 timeout remaining. Archbold can stop the clock one more time as well. Both teams with 1 timeout. Zimmerman puts his foot into it again. And again, it's going to go out the back of the end zone. And again, they're going to pin the Aces back at the 20-yard line. As Isaiah Zimmerman taking advantage of the wind behind him and really putting his leg into the ball his last couple of kickoffs. So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Hicksville Aces with 1:57 left in the game. A 17-point deficit staring them in the face. Jake Miller takes the snap. Holds on to the ball, finally throws it away. It's caught. Stays inbound. Langham makes the grab, and he picks up a first down as he gets the ball out to about the 34-yard line. So a 14-point pick, a 14-yard pickup. Miller puts a man in motion. Nope, I take that back. He's just getting him set. Now he's going. Miller, another throw, another catch. And Turnbull makes the catch and picks up, looks to be about 6-7 yards. He'll be brought down at about the 42. They're going to give him 8. So 2nd and 2. Clock continuing to roll down to about 1:10 here. Miller again makes the throw, and that will be a catch, and we'll see where they mark it. Gipple makes the catch just about a half a yard short of the sticks. Oh, nope, they're going to give him forward progress to the 45. That's what I thought. I thought he got out, and then he made the catch, and then he went back. So that'll be a first down for the Aces with a minute to go. Got the blitz on, and Miller scrambles for his life, and he's going to lose about 3. Back to about the 42-yard line. And the Aces will take their last time out. 53 seconds left in the game. It'll be a 2nd and 13 from the 42-yard line when we come back into action. The Aces are going to talk things over. We'll get ready to wrap this one up. Pack up and head back to Hicksville and start looking forward to Crestview in week number 2, with the Knights come to the Aces house. I'm start getting myself psyched up for going back to the fair tomorrow to watch cars crash into each other. Been a busy week with coverage from the Defiance County Fair and up here at Archbold this evening. Wrap up our fair coverage tomorrow with the Demolition Derby. So we'll be looking for that here on HIX-TV as well as this game. Jake Miller takes the snap, drops back, looks downfield, and it is deflected at the line and falls incomplete. So that'll bring up 3rd and 13 with 48 seconds. The clock stops on the incomplete pass. Aces back up to the line of scrimmage. Jake Miller in the shotgun, puts a man in motion. It's Parker Thiel. Quick throw, caught. Still on his feet, and that'll be first down yardage. Langham will move the chains as he gets the ball across the 50-yard line and down to the 44 of the Archbold Blue Streaks. 36 seconds. The Aces again working on their 2-minute drill. See if they can punch one more in here before the game ends. Jake Miller in trouble. He's going to scramble with it. Miller hangs on to it, and he dives for another first down, or close to. He might be a half yard shy. They're going to give it to him. Took it down to the 34-yard line. First and 10 Aces. They're going to keep the clock rolling with 15 seconds and counting. About 12 seconds when the ball is snapped. Miller dropped in the backfield, and that should just about do it. Jake Miller gets taken down in the backfield, and time expires, and that's the ball game. So week number 1 in the books, and it goes to the Archbold Blue Streaks. They win tonight in the non-conference matchup, 24-7. The final score. Again, the Aces played them really well. They were leading at halftime, 7-0, but a couple of, a pretty bad personal foul, technical type thing, 15-yard penalty, couple of turnovers, and the Blue Streaks, like all good football teams are going to do, take advantage of the mistakes. They managed to get into the end zone. They failed on the extra point attempt, so they closed it to a 1-point lead, and they kicked the field goal to go up 9-7, and they tack on 2 more touchdowns here in the fourth quarter for your final score of 24-7. The Aces dropping now to 0-1. We'll return home next Friday. The home opener for the 2018 season. They'll entertain the Crestview Knights, and of course we will be there with coverage on Hicksville Community Television. And we'll look forward to talking to you again at that time. We want to say a big thank you once more to our football broadcast underwriters. Community Memorial Hospital of Hicksville, proudly celebrating 65 years of service to the Hicksville community, and also proud to support the Hicksville Aces in the 2018 football season, and actually all Aces sports on Hicksville Community Television for the entirety of the 2018-19 school year. Again, a huge thank you to Community Memorial Hospital of Hicksville. And also, of course, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford, standing by to help you with your vehicle needs, whatever they might be. Not only terrific vehicles on the lot, but if you don't see what you're looking for, let them know. Folks at Jim Schmidt always do their level best to try to find you exactly the vehicle you're looking for. Don't forget their great service departments as well. And you can check out everything about the dealerships, including their inventories, online at jimschmidtauto.com. Also, want to say a big thank you to Athletic Director Alan Gladyo and all of the gang here at Archbold High School and their athletic department, giving us a terrific setup, making us feel very welcome once again. Always a pleasure to come here to visit Archbold to do the games. Had a great time. I want to thank them so very much. And I want to thank you, too, as well, for tuning in and joining us as we get the football season underway here on HIX-TV. So with that, going to wrap things up. That's going to do it for tonight. Once again, your final score in week number 1 from Archbold, Ohio. It's the Blue Streaks beating the Aces tonight, 24-7, the final score. Now for Chris Warner, running the camera like a little demon. His hands are like cramping up on him from zooming in and zooming out all night long. For Chris, I'm Bill Murphy from Hicksville Community Television, wishing you good night and good sports.